mankind has always had a fascination for exploration and discovery. We launched space probes 40 years ago that are still sending back data today from over billions of kilometers in space. We have submarines capable of penetrating the deepest fathoms of the ocean. But right within us lies one of the more under-discovered frontiers, widely regarded as the most complex object in the universe, the human brain. Contest chair, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here today to tell you about some new major discovery in neuroscience. No. Rather, I'm here to tell you about this small research paper that I came across in the British Psychological Digest that I believe can help us improve our lives. It may seem insignificant, but what do you have to lose by trying? So with that in mind, let's take a stroll down memory lane. I want you to think about some situation where you were under immense pressure. You were under immense pressure to perform. It might have been at a speaking competition, or you might have been at a job interview. The limelight was on you. The odds were stacked against you. It was your time to shine. You step into the limelight, and your mind goes blank. You forget what you studied for your exams. You find yourself unable to answer that very simple question asked by the interviewer. And then you sit there thinking, what's wrong with me? Is it because I'm stupid? Let me tell you, no, don't worry. It's not because you're stupid. But of course, the next question is, what can I do about this? How can I ensure this doesn't happen? It didn't happen because you were underprepared. No, it just happened because you don't know why it happened. So, to answer these questions, a few years ago, researchers at Johns Hopkins University conducted a study where they invited participants and told them that they will win a monetary reward as long as they can complete a computer-based task which required fine motor control and coordination. So basically they were told, you can play this computer game, and if you win, we'll give you money. And throughout this study, they conducted brain scans on all the participants. And they observed that as the stakes were raised, as the reward money became higher and higher, there was a mirrored rise in the brain activity of the participants. But this was only till a certain point. Once the reward crossed a certain threshold, brain activity took a nosedive, and the participants started to fail that simple task that they had previously been able to accomplish. Furthermore, this lack in brain activity was more evident in the more loss-averse participants. Intriguingly, when the scientists altered the experiment such that the participants were given the reward beforehand and told all they had to do was complete the task and they get to keep the reward, they observed that no matter how much they increased the reward, the participants were less prone to choking. Now you might have been wondering, once you heard my speech title, oh, he's going to teach us about fishball getting stuck in the throat and then you have to do the Heimlich procedure. No, I'm talking about figurative choking. So just by altering that simple experiment, they managed to reduce the choking among the participants. And it was also observed that there was no significant loss in brain activity at higher levels of the reward. So encouraged by these results, the researchers, along with their colleagues from California Institute of Technology, conducted a new study recently where they used the same computer-based test and the same brain scanners, and this time they invited the participants to participate in a perform to win scenario again. So there were two scenarios. One is the perform to win scenario where they're told if you do well and you complete the task, you get the reward. Then the other is the perform to keep your reward scenario, where they're given the reward up front and told as long as you complete the task, you get the reward. So in this second study, they put them into a perform to win scenario, but then just told them, just imagine, just internalize in yourself that you already have the reward with you. All you have to do is imagine that you already have the reward with you and then try to do the task. And lo and behold, this simple mental technique dramatically reduced choking among all the participants. And this is not 5 people sitting together with a computer doing some stuff. This is a peer-reviewed experiment, and you can also go online and find the documents. It's on British Psychological Digest. There's an article, and then it leads you to the article itself. So this simple technique, and of course they also use brain scans, and they recognized that there was no significant drop in brain activity. Additionally, for more proof, in this new research, they measured the skin conductance of the participants, which is basically a measurement of how much they're perspiring, which again is an indicator of stress. And they observed that when the participants simply imagined they had the reward, they experienced much lower levels of stress. So what does this mean? Just by altering how you perceive a scenario, you can change how your brain functions. And now that we know what it means, how can we inculcate it in our lives? How can we use this to make our lives better? Next time you find yourself in a pressurizing situation, maybe you're attending an exam or you're at an interview, don't tell yourself, I have to do well. I have to go in and impress the interviewer. I have to go in and answer all those questions, and then maybe I'll get the job. Maybe I'll get an A on this exam. No, tell yourself, I have studied the whole year for this. I have gone through all the questions on Google on what the interviewer might ask me. I have put in the work. That job is as good as mine. That A on the paper is mine. All I have to do is go in there and prove it. But what better example for this can I give than today? My dear participants, table topics of speech, don't tell yourself, I have to go down there and be the best speaker. I have to go down there and impress all the judges. And then maybe I get to take this cup home today. No, tell yourself, that cup is mine. I have worked for this. I have practiced the speech. I have practiced the table topics. I have put in the work, and I will be taking this cup home today. All I have to do is go down there and prove it. All the best. Thank you. Contest check.